Howdy, howdy. How's it going? Pretty good. Yeah, I see it. It says, well, it doesn't really show it as a live when I pull it up. It shows it more as like a 50-second clip. Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. Uh, Pull it up on, not on your Discord. I think I found it. I found it, I think. I think I, yeah, because you're looking at the live stream on the live stream. Yeah. Now it's showing you're in a clip, but it's frozen. I'm on my phone and don't see an option to put something in. Let me pull it up on my computer. Well, I'm just gonna give you the chat thing real quick. It says live chat replay was turned off. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the minute-long one. Let me find the actual one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Got it.
Hey. Having trouble with the startup? Gotcha, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
man.
Chip, how you doing?
I am indeed ready.
Are you looking to have your mic audio on YouTube as well, Jonathan? Okay, right now it's not getting ported through.
I don't know, Chip. When I
Oh, you're right. You're right. I had push to talk on. Now it should. Now we should be getting audio on YouTube. Okay. Yep, you're right. Good call. You probably hear machinery in the background. It's my wife sewing. I had to move my computer to my bedroom temporarily, so, and she had to move her machine here too to make room for our guests.
They can hear. They can hear.
Probably, yeah. Is it overwhelming, the machine in the background?
I have one more letter.
No.
Okay, I said it's not overwhelming. They can still hear me. Okay, so let's go. So what happened was I played a game yesterday and I got this great idea to I pulled off a really nice bounce dribble twice in the same game. I'm like, you know what? I should do a little tutorial about it. It's not terribly difficult. I would think that at least by you might even be able to do it now. You never know. But the earlier you can master this, the faster you'll rank up, because it's a very powerful shot and play to make, especially particularly in twos. You can do it in threes, but this is mainly for, we're going to look at twos. Threes, it can happen, but as you get higher up in rank, it becomes less and less likely.
Got it.
As you get up to, say, high plat, people start to challenge you before you even leave your half of the field. So starting any kind of dribble or ball carry becomes almost impossible. The only time I've pulled off a carry or some kind of bounce dribble play is when the defense was basically out of sorts, out of rotation temporarily. But if you can take advantage of that and you notice that, take control of the ball instead of just, hitting it back to them like you're playing tennis, things will work out better. You'll have a better chance of scoring. That's what it comes down to. So I downloaded the 2 clips, and I'm going to show them to you in slow motion so we can see what it looks like. So the first one, I'll play through the whole clip and then we'll rewind it. Okay, so this is 2v2. The key thing to remember is the ball is coming out of the corner here, and it's already bouncing. So as I pull up this boost and I come around the corner here, I can see, I already know that the one defender is behind me, and I just pulled the big boost pad closest to him. Oh, let me go to, hold on a second here. Raptor, is Raptor here? Raptor, you are here.
Hey, my video's on repeat. I'm not sure what I did wrong.
If you go to the Rocket League Revolution homepage of the channel, that's where you'll see the live if the link isn't working.
Oh, sweet. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I see it now. Yep, I'm good.
Page of the channel, that's where you'll see the live. Oh, and I'm hearing myself echo on your end now. So here at this point, I know two things. One, there's a defender behind me, and I just took the closest boost pad to him, large boost pad. So, and he just dove in for a play, right? If we rewind. So he just dove in here. There might be like a 5-second delay between what you see and what I'm saying. Well, I'm going to do it in slow motion here. At about the 3-minute mark, he dives in, hits the wall really hard. He probably has no boost left. His recovery is going to be terrible. I'm pulling the large boost away from him as I go to make my play. So I'm not worried about him. My teammate is probably far off to the right somewhere. So it's basically a 1v1 situation. Now I see this guy that he is moving away from me in order to shadow me, which is what he should be doing, but he's also too far away from me to shadow effectively. So if you're not familiar with the term shadowing, is when you get into a position like where he is, with your back facing the oncoming player with the ball, and you try to mimic his moves left and right, left and right. And if somebody is dribbling the ball towards your net, that's the position you want to be in to defend it. Now he could turn on me early, but that's foolish because I have control of the ball and he doesn't have a player to back him up right now. He knows that, and I know that. So after this ball comes off the wall here, see if we can get back. Sometimes this doesn't. Notice how at 2 minutes and 59 seconds, the ball is bouncing off the corner back into the field, but I swing up the curve and just touch the ball lightly with the front corner of my car in order to keep it bouncing. I don't want it to start rolling on the ground. So there's two types of dribbles. There's the ball carry. You're carrying the ball on top of the car. That's obviously a lot more advanced, a lot more difficult to learn, but this is much easier. And then there's the bounce dribble, where you are you're controlling the ball. It's staying close to your car, and that's key, keeping it close to your vehicle, but it's still kind of bouncing its way towards the opponent's net. So get a little bounce like this, right? Now I have myself on the side of the ball for a reason, so that I can see where my next defender is. I spot him. I touch the ball just a little bit again to keep it going. I back out to the left again to see him, that now he's turning. So he's going to make his challenge. So I see that he's turning the challenge, right? Now it's the time to shoot the ball. If he's going to challenge, he's going to come up on me really fast because I'm already, fully boosted. Let's see, I think I'm supersonic here. Let's try this again here. Yeah, I'm already supersonic. By the time that he turns on the ball. So the next move is to swing towards the ball. Right, I'm turning. And I want to dodge, do a side dodge or a diagonal dodge just underneath the ball. So what it's going to do, it's going to pop the ball over his head. If he's turning to jump and challenge, he's not going to double jump, for one thing. So he'll never get high enough, fast enough. And the ball goes right over his head. Not only that, but I launched it. I was already going supersonic, so the ball, you're probably looking at least 55 miles an hour there. So he has no chance of defending that. Hold on one second. So any questions so far?
No, not really. It's pretty cool.
So let's watch it again then. Now that dribble was, this one was head on, like I was basically facing him, right? Sound is still playing in this video, so it's pretty loud. I have it turned down. I don't know why it's still playing. So the key, right? Speed, keeping the ball bouncing, but close to you and not too high. And then using your side or diagonal dodge to launch the ball over the opponent's head before, basically right as he does the 180 to challenge you. So let's see, let's look at the next one. Same game. This is a little short. It's got cut a little short, so we'll watch it in full. All right, so this one, this shows the setup. So I can actually set this up for myself. Again, it's 2v2, so this is a little bit easier. I see where my teammate is. He's not behind me. I got to clear the ball. And there's a very specific way that I clear the ball here. I'm hitting into the corner. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. I'm at 19 seconds into the game here, or 19 seconds, I guess, left in the game. I'm not going to hit the ball left of the curve. We don't want that. We hit the ball left of the curve, the ball comes almost straight back center in front of my net. So all I'm doing is passing it to one of them. So I'm purposely wrapping myself around the ball to the left and aiming towards the inside of the corner. And by doing that, just, basic geometry, the ball is going to hit at a 90-degree angle. So that's almost dead center there of the curve. And instead of coming back center, the ball is going straight down the sideline, exactly where I want it, safely. Nobody can do anything. I'm following the ball the entire time here. So this guy here, DJ, the only defender in front of me, he has no choice but to get into a shouting position again, because I'm too close to the ball for him to challenge. If he tries to challenge the ball early, I'm going to get to it before him. And I've already done this to him once before, so he's already afraid of it. So I'm watching him. I see the ball coming down. Now, it came from pretty high hit off that corner, which was not perfect, not what I exactly wanted, but it went in the direction I wanted. So I purposely get under the ball before it hits the ground, because that softens the bounce. The ball will bounce softer off the top of your car than it will off the ground. Keep that in mind and watch what happens. See, it's barely above my car now. So I got the bounce exactly where I want it. I swing to the side of the ball because the net's to the left, so I got to be to the right. I see he's turning now to challenge. And when he turns, he's got no momentum. So I'm easily going to beat him both to the ball because it's closer to me and he has no momentum. And I'm going to hit it hard enough where he won't even be able to catch up to it. You see the diagonal dodge happens as I hit the ball. And he's not even close. Now you don't even have to, and if you're too low of a rank to, set this up for yourself properly, you can still use it opportunistically. If the ball happens into a position where you have a nice low bounce and it's on the opponent's side and you're closer, go full speed into the ball and do a diagonal dodge into it. Any questions? Comments, thoughts, anything?
Yeah, I do actually have a question on the first one. Well, I guess really both of them. Did it really matter which way you diagonal dodge into it, or would that really affect it as much?
Well, it's going to affect the direction of the ball. So, like for instance, right here, I guess we'll look at this one here since we're on it already. I'll let this forward up.
Well, actually, what I meant was like in the first one, me personally, I would have thought to hit it to the left, like diagonal dodge to the left towards the goal. And you flip to the right. I don't know, maybe it's just me what I was thinking of.
All right, you watch now. I just switched over to that one for you.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I'm going to stop it just before the dodge here. Okay, so I stopped it at 2 minutes and 57 seconds. So at this point, I'm to the left of the ball, and the net is directly in line with the ball. So I'll go by frame here. Here, in this position, obviously I have no choice. I have to dodge right because I'm completely left of the ball. If you are directly under the ball, or just behind it, just barely behind it, where maybe you'll hit the ball right here in this spot, where I got the mouse cursor here, then it won't matter which way you dodge, only if you're center on the ball. But of course, if you're, just think of it as playing pool. If you're hitting the cue ball a little to the left of center, it's going to go right. Same thing. There is a way to manipulate this I've done in the past. I do have a video of it somewhere in the long time ago. You can fake the dodge. I think about how to put this. You can go under the ball. Let's say you're in this position here in a different scenario. See how the ball is like center with my car now?
Mm-hmm.
But let's just imagine that I'm not turning at the same time here. And the net was directly in front of me. You can, how do I describe this? It's a little more difficult to do purposely, I guess. But if I'm in the center of their ball here, I have two options. I can jump, hold my jump a little bit longer than usual, and then do the double jump with a dodge to the left, or dodge to the right. But if I time it so that I dodge left But when I'm dodging left, the right side of my right, if you dodge left, the right side of your car is going to hit the ball, right? Like the right, the passenger door, you might say, or the passenger fender. If you dodge left and the right side of your ball hits the left side of the ball instead of center or right, it's going to make the defender think that the ball is going left from your point of view, when in actuality it's going to go right. If that makes any sense. So if you hit the ball here, right, if you use this side of the car to hit the ball right here, they're going to see, if somebody this close is going to see you dodge left, they might assume, depending on their angle, that the ball is going to go over their head. But in actuality, it's going to go this way, ever so slightly.
Yeah, practice that.
Now see this one, let's see, this program's a little hard to go back and start playing. It just kind of rewinds. But let's see if I can pause this fast enough. So in this dodge, I actually get under the ball, and I'm actually on the right side of the ball. Now you can see it in this frame. I'm on the right side of the ball by the time I dodge, and I'm dodging right. So it's putting a really nasty hook on the ball towards the left, because the net is not in front of my car right now. It's to the left. So I need to get this ball spinning the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before I didn't see that. I thought you were flipping to the right while you're on the left side of the ball. So I didn't really look that closely before.
Yeah, so I'll show it again. See up the left side of the ball. Let's see if we can see the jump here. Should be able to. It might not be easy on this particular program to see the jump. When I do the first jump, you should see that like explosion happen below the car and some smoke come out the back. So I'm going to do it frame by frame here. Right there. You see the fire coming out of the bottom of the car? At 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Yeah, I see it.
That's the visual effect when you do a jump. So we know we've hit the jump button the first time. And I'm still on the left side of the ball. Mm-hmm. There we go. I think I hit the second jump right there. Still at 256. So it's within the same second. Yeah. And I think now I'm supersonic. And now I'm also center underneath the ball. Hitting on the right side, which puts it where I need to be towards the net, and also puts it just high enough that he can't reach it. You see on the tail of the ball, you see what do they call it? The trail spinning. Right? Yeah, you see the trail spinning. Yeah.
So you spent it just enough to get it go right to the goal.
Mm-hmm. If you watch it in standard motion again, I mean, it all happens really quickly. Of course, it's just a matter of having done it plenty of times. And you get tons of power on the ball when you do it this way. And you can do this with the front of the car too. You could just dodge into it as well. The thing with that is you have to be further away from the defender for that to work. Because if you dodge forward, or even a diagonal dodge into the ball, into the back of the ball, instead of under it, you're not going to get the same height right away, right? It's going to have a lower arc, and so it leaves more time for the defender to jump up, get high enough, and block it. But if you're under the ball, he's got no chance because you can't double jump that fast. And he's not even going to know to double jump most of the time. Because if you're the defender, you got to jump up, and you have to jump up higher than a standard jump. than a single jump, but not that much. The problem is that he has to tilt his car up by pulling the stick backwards. And if he hits the second jump too fast, what's going to happen? Any volunteers?
Oh,
He's not going to get as high.
Well, if he hits the first jump, holds analog down to tilt his car up, and he'll backflip. That's right. He'll just backflip. So he has to use a single jump to defend because he's turning on the ball. He's not even shadowing. That's really what he should have stayed shadowing in this case here. But he's turning, thinking he's going to get a play on the ball before I can. So really, it was a bad decision on his part. So you think here he's turning. At 2 minutes 57 seconds, he decides that he's going to turn the challenge, but he's not really making a good decision here because the ball is so much closer to me. Even if I don't pull off the bounce dribble shot, all I have to do is pop the ball up and he'll miss it. What you should be doing is staying. If you're on the defense, let's talk about that. If you're on the defensive end's position here, you're just too far away to throw in a direct challenge. So you might as well stay with your back to the player, slow down, let him catch up to you, but don't hit the brake to slow down. Just let off the boost. So we go back to 258. At 258, he's still got I can see his taillights. So right here, he should just be waiting. Unless he knows how to half flip really, really well, he should be waiting. Because there's nothing he can do useful to challenge this play that I'm setting up. So instead of turning, he should be going straight towards the net, just shadowing me, kind of mimicking my movements, but kind of to the outside, closer to the wall. And when I hit the ball, he would have a chance to jump up and even use a second jump if he wanted, because he wouldn't have to pull back on the stick. Because look how high this ball is. It's not that high. You could easily block this if you're shadowing. I mean, let's put it. It wouldn't be easy because of the speed, but the height would be easy to reach. He'd have to. I'm going supersonic by the time I hit the ball. So the only way he's blocking it is to shadow and to be boosting before I even hit the ball. Which means he has to read what I'm doing. He has to predict when I'm going to hit it. And that's it. Thank you for ending that for me. So if we can find a
Profile 3.
So let's see if we can go into a game here. Oh, this is not going to work. Oops. Yeah, I need to exit the game. My controller was disconnected. Let's see if I have any replays of this. Probably not, but...
Profile 3.
Bounce dribble is a little bit easier also. You can do it with any car, of course, but it is easier with a taller hitbox. Just keeping that ball bouncing without going too high. If you use like a Batmobile, something really flat, the ball is going to end up going too high a lot of times. It's very difficult to manage it. See, I'll show you here in free play the difference. So I can do it because I know the Batmobile really well. But if you don't, the ball can go too high. See how high that went? That's just a little too high. You got to keep it off the not too much on the hood of the car. Plus, you can end up with a Batmobile going underneath the ball as you hit it too, if you're not too careful. So if you have Octane, Fennec, probably Gizmo, and Scarab, cars like that, it's a little bit easier to do the bounce dribble. The ball will almost always go in front of you and not almost straight up. You see what happens when you hit the ball with a taller hitbox from the side? It doesn't go up in the air as much either. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Another thing that's similar to the bounce dribble is a hook shot, which is actually even easier. But the ball will typically have to be really close to the ground, not bouncing, or barely bouncing like this right there, or rolling. Let's see if I can get Bacchus Mount to set this up for me. So here's a hook shot. Right, you kind of do something like that. It could be a self setup, or they're just opportunistic. I can't even set up that well. But basically, you take the ball, you move it to one side of the net. You do something like that. So you're gonna turn really hard and you're gonna be using power slide a lot of times too. So it's a little tricky. You don't have to, depending on your run up to the ball. If you can run up to the ball and just use the power slide a little bit to turn in, that's fine. But you can generate a lot of power. I'm talking, a good hook shot in gold to plat is going to be about 50 miles an hour. Remember, your car can only go about 45, somewhere between 45 and 50, even in supersonic. In plat, you're going to be hitting hook shots more like 60. And diamond is going to be 65 to 70, and it's going to be 65 to 75 all day in champ. Anybody want to see some gameplay? I'll do
I'm
that
down
too.
for it.
Okay. See what it looks like from my point of view, playing guys that are pretty ridiculous. Let's see here. Would you rather see threes or twos?
Twos.
Doesn't matter to me.
Random ones, whatever one.
Twos, yeah. What I like about twos is that you get more opportunities to do some cool stuff, like bounce dribbling or any kind of dribbling for that matter. Threes is, especially at my level, is just too difficult to. If you're playing because you want to play fast, and it's all about 50-50s and getting to the ball first. I might be lagging already. So you notice I play pretty far back, and that's because at this level, people will do a lot of solo plays. You got to give them space to screw up. See, like, I don't even need to do anything there. Ski wants to solo play. Go ahead. It's twos. That's why we're here. He doesn't need any help. Don't be in a rush to, to be greedy with the ball. These guys are playing pretty slow and methodical right now. Patience is important in twos. See, I'm shadowing this guy because I know he wants a dribble, but he's already messed it up. My teammate messed up a save. Actually save that. But he had the better dodge.
Something I'm already seeing different is that you shadow your teammate when he's doing moves, just so you can back him up like almost instantly, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. This guy already left. So, and it's going to depend on the type of teammate you have. This guy obviously wants to do some solo plays and just take control, and that's fine. I just have to recognize that and back him up. Some guys, in solo, you won't know that's how they want to play, though, until they do their first play. Some guys want to find somebody to pass to, so you have to play a little differently. Be in a position that he can, fire the ball to you. I have barely touched the ball yet. That was a bad move by me. Patience on the line to save something like that. So being patient on that save and waiting for the next bounce, I could already see that it wasn't going to go in. It's going to be right on the line there. We end up scoring instead of him. I mean, he's got a bot, of course. But bots don't miss open nets either. This guy literally scored every goal. So I haven't had to do anything. And some games are just going to go that way. At least at this rank. He's even going for the kickoffs. Nice own goal. I should probably do ranked, really. And notice I played that with, like, I don't know, what did I have, 12 boosts or something? Instead of going for the boost, I went for the ball. And because of that, I ended up with the boost anyway. Get the ball over the opponent's head first, then go for the boost. This guy has 0 passing skills. Not that he even needs it. It's crazy. Let's try ranked. This might be a little more competitive here. It's a bad clear. Right to him. And right in that. Going down by 2 in first seconds is pretty typical of my gameplay. You see how I brought the ball all the way back to our side of the field instead of just punting it back their way? By doing, there's no rush. by doing that, it allows my teammate time to get boost. There's a pass, and there's a goal. If I tried to shoot on that, it would have been saved easily. I didn't have the angle or the direction. They got enough power to get past that defender. Oh, not enough boost. Can reach it.
So, Jonathan, why is it that I don't really see very many people shadowing you when you're taking the offensive?
I haven't had too many offensive plays just yet. That really require that? Oh, my finger just slipped off the stick here. Ooh, that was a nice save. So I went for that. Thought he might. But I knew based on their position it was safe to double commit. It was going to be a big deal. See that? He immediately challenged when he saw me carrying the ball. I don't have enough boost to make a play on this. I'm going to take this corner. You see what I did with the ball there? Instead of slamming it into the wall like most people would have, which just results in a pass, I just get the tires of my car onto the ball, which softens its speed. Can't just let it bounce around in the corner a little bit. Might catch up. Who's that?
She got down. Battery died.
Ooh, that's a goal. Oh, Rod, he beat that. Mm. He wasn't ready for that. Nice. Oh, he didn't get the bump. What? What? Really? Well, there you have it. I'm going to go for now. Thank you for joining me, guys.
Thanks.
That was
No
pretty
problem.
cool.